Anita, at 17, 18 is when you started your journey with climate activism.
Yeah.
What pushed you? What drove you? What inspired you? Or who?
Yeah.
Actually, oh, my love.
Yes.
I mean,
She's my
draw.
Draw the chair.
Killing.
No. I think I'm used. So in February, I was going to a doctor's school while I was also shooting my introduction, my opening statement for the UN Water Conference. And so I was looking for a
The one you
school-
went to New York?
Yes. So I was looking for a school to adopt for monthly supply of menstrual products. And why monthly is because for it to be sustainable. I cannot give you in January, disappear, go to other parts of the country the rest of the year. Who's giving you in February, who's giving you in March? So I was looking at it at that perspective. So I looked for the ward administrator for in Kajiado West, and I asked her to get me a school.
Yeah.
The first time we visited this school, I will take you one day, middle of nowhere, and I was driving. So I kept telling these, she was ahead of us, she was driving ahead and was following. Kwani ulikosa shule iko karibu? Like, could you just didn't find a school nearby? And she told me when we arrived, I wanted you to come to this school because everybody doesn't want to get here because it's so the help does not get to these children. So I went with my team. Remember, my team members come from different parts of the region. We have one from Siaya, one is from Homa Bay, and another one was from these sides of Kiambu, Muranga, another one was, those different areas. I mean, I am from this place, but that was the worst that I've ever seen. It was during that long drought. So we got there and we have our pads. You know how you visit a school and they prepare lunch for you, and you share lunch and you go home? That was different that day. We didn't even carry water in our car because we didn't know how the situation was.
Yeah.
And when we got to the school, when we started talking to the teachers, you look at the faces of the teachers and you just can't take it anymore because the situation is dire. You're looking at your boots, you have pads.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is nothing. I don't even think they need the pads anymore. So I was shooting with the UN water team and they were about to leave, and so we are left with the school. So we were just to tell them that we are giving you menstrual supply, supply of menstrual products the entire year, count it on us. But then you get there and I remember this one time when the lunch bell rang. The children came out, they played. We had MC Toxic from my team, him, the jovial guy. He plays with children are playing, and then the teacher tells me that was lunch bell, and children are back to class. So it was a very challenging moment, and I remember the guys who were helping us to shoot that day actually had to stay behind to just help us think, how can we help these children? So we asked the teachers how the challenges look like, how is it for you? And the teacher said, our main problem right now as we speak could be food and water, but I tell you, we have little food in the store, but we cannot cook. So there is no water. And so I had to ask the ward admin, what do you think we can do? Because we also don't have much, but if we are to get water, do you think you can get us a clean water tank to bring the water? She said yes. We contributed. It was not getting to it was almost $200 for a couple of liters, and the next day I'll show you the pictures. The next day they send other messages. So the ward admin sends me messages and she's like, Ole Kimunge Primary School are cooking today, and they're doing a video like, thank you the Soina Foundation and all those things. So it reminded me, the previous day when we went with my team, most of them, remember, I've not even been to some of these regions. Talking to the girls, we have the girls talking to them on empty stomachs. We are adults. We were literally shaking because of thirst. So you can imagine children as young as
Every day.
7, every day. They walk to school they have to walk for over kilometers to get to school. And so we decided. So when we bought the water, we went back to the school to now sit down and have the whole day to just have to know every detail of the school. We told the school we are adopting the school. We don't have much, even as we are still struggling in our own capacities, but we are adopting the school. What we'll do with the school, don't ask us.
So guys, you hear The Soina Foundation adopted that school, and you can hear the story. To be honest, I saw everything you did, and like I remember just laying in my bed. You know, I've been doing all that foundation charity projects with the kids, and I really like. I feel your emotion. I saw those pictures. I'm not lying to you. I shed tears. Like just like I was so proud of what you're doing. Like the effort you're making. It just reminds me like how I started 17 years ago, because I've been doing this for like 17 years now. So like I feel you. Like I see when you talk about the smiles the kids have, and then they don't have everything. Like I remember that. So I really feel that. And I promised myself to support you, but I'm not going to say what it is until I actualize it, because I like to plan. I plan. I give back a lot. I have people reaching out to me, and I know you understand this. And you must plan, because everything is money.
Yeah, sure.
I planned that I'm going to visit with you that school again.
We need to.
But I'm working on the financial aspect for that.
Yeah, but before that, we need to go. There's something really beautiful happening to that school very soon. The school got some well-wishers who are willing to construct. When we talk to the teachers, some of the challenges include classrooms. You saw the classrooms, iron sheets in that sun. They were not learning at a certain period of time until evening because of the weather. And then these are people who have to walk home. It's 6 kilometers to the main road, and then over 10 kilometers to the nearest center. So it was not really it's not really easy. So the school reached out to us that they have well-wishers who came at some point in January before we came, and they wanted to help to construct. They wanted to help to construct the school, and we just thought about it. And so the thing with some of these donors, it's always the community has to participate. So the contribution from the community was water and sun. So these people don't even have water for themselves, but still we still understand that is the terms and conditions they had. So we cannot let it go. The school reached out to some few people, at least the deputy governor was able to provide some water and all that. But the biggest problem was sand. But let me tell you one thing, we have some of the shit that we can ever have in this world. Because if you have a CDF funding, what we only need from you is sand. And they are constructing a class from class 1 to class 8, and we have to beg. I cannot imagine the number of times we had to write letters, the number of times the school administration told us they have reached out to the area MP, and he was not even responsive. For me, it was so sad, and I am from another constituency, not even that constituency.
Giving back to that constituency.
And it is my MP that I'm calling. It is my MP that I'm calling to help me see how we can do in another constituency. It became hard. You know what we did? We said that we've been able to run a foundation with 100, 200, 300 shillings that we get from our members. We have a 30 bob challenge every week. We have a 50, it's called 20 a card. Anytime you have a 20, you drop it there.
20 is
50 bob.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's slang, guys. Slang in Kenya for.
We went back to our team. We told them, you know what? We've tried all the avenues. We've talked to the who is who. It's not happening, and we cannot let this go because they will move to another region, and this is the school that we've been praying for. So we went. We started contributing. We were at around 10, 20K. We went live on Facebook. One evening I went live on Facebook. I just started saying, guys, we have these. They started 1,000 shillings. It was just similar names, almost 5 people just challenging each other. That guys, we are at 18,000. So that we sleep, we have to get to 20,000. And then before we get to 20, someone else tops up to 21, and it's like, no, we cannot sleep when the math is not mathing, and all those kind of things. And you know one great thing. Dennis Itumbi joined our live video. He donated over 40,000, competing with others. I think it was around 50 something, and that is how we were able to raise 70,000 in a night. Now the school needs sand. One lorry of sand at that time, from the site that the ward admin inquired, was about 30. I told them it's really painful for us to give 2 lorries only when there are people that we elected. I still want back to continue now putting the pressure. And from the side, they were able to reach the county government, which I really think the county government did their part. They gave us a lorry, an empty lorry to help us bring the sand. Yes, an empty lorry. And now we had to give what we had raised. We were able to give 70,000 from there, so that they could buy sand and facilitate the fuel and all that. Good news is at least we have some sand in the school, and that is what the donors wanted to see, sand, and what we asked for, so that we can start construction. For me, it is like, I know it was hard, it's still hard. We still want to do a lot for that school. My dream is to see a computer lab. My dream is to see a library in the school.
Kids playing while they've eaten.
And we'll
safe,
still do it.
healthy.
Yeah, and we'll still do it.
It's
So even if
possible.
they don't
It's
do it, we'll
possible.
still do it.
We'll
Yeah.
do it. We'll do it. We'll team up together.
Yeah.
And guys, anybody watching from all over the world, if you want to be a part of making actually the Soina Foundation fulfill their dream and impacting this school that is very, very needy, please reach out. I will even put her email down there so that you can reach out directly to her. She's very active in responding and following through. So please, and also look her up, check out her history. She's done so much in making a difference in the world. Yes, guys, thank you so much for actually watching the video. Make sure you check the box below for all the links related to Anita Soina. I love you. You're my small C's, and I respect and support you in all the ways that I can, in any way that I can, and I'll continue to really support you. All right, Anita, what's your parting shot to your fans and everybody watching us today?
First of all, because this is your family, these are your people, your friends,
Subscribers.
and your subscribers. It's your community. To just appreciate them, everyone who's watched till these last minutes, like where we've had a couple of discussions. And first of all, to appreciate you for being interested in listening to key conversations, because right now where we are in, most people, especially the young people, just want anything else. Want nothing else to do with serious things, but for you, you've created a platform, which I really appreciate. Apart from the work that you do, you're highlighting stories. Mine is to remind everybody that whenever you get a platform, let's learn from young boys, let's learn from each other, let's tell the unheard and untold stories, because if you go down to our communities, trust me, there are people who are doing amazing work, but they may not even have the luxury of a smartphone like we do. So let us continue telling each other stories. Thank you for telling my story through your channel. Even though you found me working, we were still able to make it work.
Yes.
And I'm hoping
Thank you.
I'll come back to this channel again and again.